Works My Nerve.
Hey, hey, hey. Your boy said, you know what time it is. Works My Nerves Wednesday. Hump day. With that being said, let's get it.
Let's get it. What's up? I am Nikki Lee. Welcome to Works My Nerves Wednesday. Guess what, guys? It's the season finale. Since July 2nd, we have came to you week after week, I think we missed 2 weeks, but that's neither here nor there. You guys have kept us company on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. since July 2nd. So thanks for holding it down, but we got to take a break. We got to regroup, get some things in order. So tonight is the season finale, and we will be back January 22nd with all new topics. By that time, this fiasco should have transitioned already. We will be continuing last week's topic, all things fuck Donald Trump. But before we get into any further, thank you all again for watching. My right-hand man is coming on. We have some I'm excited to have this conversation with these guests tonight. So let me get Sid on, and then we'll bring on our guests. Hi, Sid.
Hey, Nikki, what's going on?
I'm tired,
Season finale, yeah.
Season finale. We tired, boss.
Working my nerves.
But I love it.
Yeah.
We do what we do.
Yes.
So but it's a well-needed break. I'm so excited.
Yeah. People got the holidays and everything coming up. So this time of year is just after Halloween is over, it's kind of like go because we got so much stuff going on,
right?
And it's just easier to take a break and
regroup. Yeah. Get ready for the next year, 2021. Let's get it. I turn 40 next year. Ugh.
Oh, don't say ugh. That's
I'm so excited.
You know what I'm saying? You getting grown now.
I'm going to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So I'm so excited about that. Me and a bunch of people that I love, we're going to Puerto Rico.
I'll get some tips from where y'all gonna go.
Listen, my God, sister, shout out if you're watching Chisa Day. She got me a whole itinerary for like a week straight together in like an hour and a half.
That's the way.
Yeah, she did all of that. All right, you ready to get into tonight's topic?
Let's get it.
We're going to continue on from last week. Fuck Donald Trump. Trump.
From now on,
all of that. All of that. He gets no respect at all from me. We're first going to talk about Donald Trump with the president of the Dolphin Democrats here in South Florida. I don't know if they're nationally, but I know Dolphin, Florida. They're definitely down here in South Florida. Mr. Alfredo Olvera.
Alfredo.
Hey.
Good evening. How are you, Nikki Lee? How are you, Cedric?
Great, Alfredo.
Well, thank you so much for being here. You ready to talk all things Trump?
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. This is great.
Absolutely.
Anytime somebody invites me to talk about Donald Trump, bad things about Donald Trump, I'm ready for it.
Absolutely. Well, I am super excited to hear that. Because we know, like, messing with Donald Trump, anybody that wasn't I feel like a rich heterosexual white man was on his list. You know what I mean? So it's good to get a different perspective because we talk about like the whole Black Lives Matter aspect of it, but I guess I am in the LGBT community because I like girls too. But anyway, to have that aspect of how his hate towards, or strong dislike towards,
it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You remember I forget what the movie, like when they say, when did you fall in love with his hot?
With
Now
hip
the
hop,
question is, when
right.
did you first start to hate Donald Trump? When did you first start
That
hating Donald
part.
Trump, Alfredo?
Oh my God,
When?
that is a very good question, because here's the thing: it's like, while people just hated Donald Trump in 2016, I knew about Donald Trump since like the 80s, when he did the horrible thing for the New York Park Five.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That ad. Obviously, I was very young then, but when I started Googling, when he had that horrible show on TV, what was the name? Apprentice, thank you. And he was just treating people so horribly, and people were like rooting for him. Like, he was so. I never understood really reality TV. I'm not a fan of reality TV, because I think it gives the opportunity to people say things that otherwise they wouldn't.
Right.
And that was the thing with Donald Trump. So I have a very interesting story, because I had been a green card holder, a resident of the United States for so many years.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, but as soon as 2015 hit, and I remember very clear, I was at brunch with my family, and we're talking about this horrible man that says horrible things about minorities, that was running for president. I literally pulled my laptop. I completed my application for citizenship. And then on Monday, I filed for citizenship. It took a long process. It took like about a year and a half. But that's how my hate relationship started with Donald Trump. Okay. And then, as he was campaigning, we saw how he humiliated people, how he made fun of people. And I still don't understand why people voted for him. Yeah. But I did know that there was this huge divide in America.
Right.
I had the amazing opportunity to live in Atlanta. And in Atlanta, I got to experience, I lived there for 9 years.
My God, I'm from there.
Are you serious?
Instead of moving there.
That's where I'm moving to. So
right.
You're moving there?
Yes.
He's moving there. I lived there for 20 years.
I love Atlanta. I lived there for 9.5 years. But I felt like, I was the only Latino in the group of friends. And it's very divided. So, the way that people talked about minorities, it was too normal. It was the whereabout we talk about the LGBTQ community within the LGBTQ community members. It was just too normal, and it wasn't right. And then comes this jerk and just open the gate.
Alfredo, you talking about like the way that people talked about minorities and talked about the LGBT community? Or have you experienced the type of when like you're around those types of people, but they're like, oh, but not you,
but you're
different.
You're different.
That type of thing.
Yes. Like I've been called Mexican, which I take it as pride. I'm not Mexican. I'm from Ecuador. But it's like, oh, you just like you look Mexican, but you don't behave like them. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I'm not hardworking. I don't go ahead and work 12 hours a day. I don't understand. Is this an insult or a compliment? Which one? But I knew what it was. I just tried.
And I mean, and that's one thing about Americans that because I've traveled around, and I think Americans, they fail to realize. I mean, it's been planted in here, and yes, we have something to be proud of, but Americans fail to realize how Americans look from the outside world. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if you know, like, or you don't look dumb. Oh, I speak 3 different languages, but you're American. You don't look dumb. You only speak one, and you want everybody else to speak that one. That's how other countries and people and immigrants and other people can look at you as an American, and a lot of Americans don't realize that.
Wow. No, they really don't. They really don't realize it. It's very interesting. And listen, like Joe Biden said, this was a win for the soul of our nation, and the healing starts now.
Right.
We as minorities, we're gonna have to do a lot of work, because 55% of white women voted for Donald Trump.
It went up from 2016.
Right. Do you think you're gonna be able to flip more states now that Georgia flipped? Do you think? And then another question is like the Hispanics and the Latin community in South Florida that is for Trump. I mean, like that's one thing that I didn't notice. I mean, but I'm saying like as a Latino man, as understanding how he talked about immigrants and so on and so forth, that's something that baffled me. Have you had any thoughts about that?
So you got two questions there. Number one, yes, we can flip. We just gotta believe always. This is my thing. My vice president is a black woman. Always believe black women.
Yes.
Black women always have your back. Yes. And we have to go and reach out to Stacey Abrams. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. This is not going to be overnight. This is going to take years to rebuild Florida, but it's going to be one of those things that even Georgia right now, they can't stop. And they won't stop because the work is just starting. We just started to see. Yes, this is just the beginning of all the work that they have, how they see all the work that they have done for the past 10 years. So that's to answer your first question. Your second question, we're not the same. Latinos are not the same. We come from different countries, different cultures, different backgrounds. There are white Latinos, black Latinos. We come all from different democracies, and some come from communism and some come from socialism. So the Democratic Party needs to learn how to talk to us. Just like the black community. There are people, black community from Haiti, black community from Puerto Rico, black folks from all over the world. It doesn't mean that we as minorities, just because you're Latino, you're all the same or the message is the same. And education, here's the thing, it's like we suck at educating people. Can I curse here?
Yeah.
Please. Yeah.
It's highly encouraged for you to cuss.
We do a horrible fucking job, let me say it like that, it feels good, at educating people. And especially minority communities, especially in the black community. We go on election day.
Yeah, but this is the thing, and this is, like you were saying, another thing that happens is the politicians do a poor job of communicating to the black and the Latin community. They'll come out maybe 2 weeks before, like throw a little something your way, just but they want to make sure that they secure the votes they already have. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he was I think he was on the campaign for Bernie at first as a Latin guy. You know what I'm saying? His voice, I heard him on the radio. I didn't see his face, but he sounded like an old white man when he talks, but he's Latin. And he was saying, how politicians need to get out there and early and really start speaking the language and not just, let me do one commercial in Spanish and now I'm going to win over everybody on the Latin side of the house or whatever. So they have, the politicians and the people have to start earlier and really like focus on it, and like you said, become more educated and more involved in keeping the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? And so now that you see the change that has been affected, and not just in the primary elections, but in the local elections, and like trickle it on down to where we can really start to make a difference and and really get those things that our communities want
and need.
But it has to be, what it is? It's by the way, I'm running for chair to be the chair of the Broward Democratic Party.
Okay.
I just put my name on it because we need change. I will be if I get elected, I will be the first Latino man to get elected to chair of the Broward Democratic Party.
You got my vote.
Thank you. You
got my vote.
Thank you. But it has to be intentional community outreach.
Yes.
Yeah, intentional. Right.
Intentional. It has to be intentional. And what do I mean by that? We have to be there when we don't need anything.
Right.
That's
and blacks and Latinos, they feel that. They feel that really.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Before we just go any further, we got somebody else special. I don't want to leave him out too long.
Bring him in.
I have the vice president of the Dolphin Democrats, Mr. Michael Avetta.
Michael. There he is.
We were getting passion. You saw that passion, Mr. Michael?
Yeah. Let me give my correct titles. I'm the regional director for the state LGBTQ plus Democratic Caucus. I'm the past president for the state for all the gays and lesbians and bisexuals, transgender. And I'm the past president for the Dolphin Democrats, when Alfredo was in his underwear, when he was in his diapers, I was the president for the Dolphin Democrats. I'm known as as they like to kid around with me. They call me the old gay white man.
We'll take it. Get me all the way together then, daughter. Y'all heard all that?
Yeah, but there may be snow on this roof, but there's a lot of fire downstairs, okay?
All right, so you've heard our conversation. What do you think thus far? Like, when did your hate for, I don't like to say hate because you're not supposed to hate anybody, but your deep disdain, yes.
Yeah, well, it was before 2016. It was when Donald, as they would say, he was coming up through the ranks back in 2010. But before that, I'm from New York, as you can hear my accent.
We can hear it.
And my father gave me an education about his father. He was on the front page back in 1993, back in the New York Times and Daily News, when Trump Jr. Donald was doing some developments with Trump Towers and all that. And my father used to say to me, my father was a loan shark bookmaker. His nickname was Nicky the Snake. He says, "You see,"
I bet you my husband know who that is.
Yeah, he says, "You see this?" He says, "You see this kid here?" And I said, "Who?" He says, "This kid here." And he's pointing at the front page of the Daily News. I said, "What about it?" He says, "He's a pimp, and he's a fraud, and he's a racist." And I said, "Are you kidding me?" He said, "No." I said, "His father taught him well. His father is a Nazi. His father is a racist. He hates black people, and he hates and he's only for that. What do they call those, wasps?" I said,
Yeah.
"Really?" And he said, "The apple doesn't fall far from the tree."
Mm.
Pay attention to this. He says, this kid is no good. Now, that was back in 1993. But anyway, when he came involved in a little bit more, get involved with politics in 2010, he was making his ways. And it was a bad scene. I'll tell you something. It really was. For instance, little institutional knowledge. When the real president, Barack Obama, was
come on, real president. I drink to that. Yes.
He was at the correspondence dinner. That's when he's allowed to making fun of the media and pun. And pay attention. What I'm going to tell you is that when he was kidding around with Donald Trump, and he said, Donald Trump is still trying to find my birth certificate. And the cameras showed on Donald Trump's face. Look who was whispering in his ear was who? Rick Scott, another scumbag.
Absolutely.
Yeah, another lowlife. Yeah. So Rick Scott has always had the ear of Donald Trump. And, again, my father used to say, "Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are."
Right.
All the scumbags, excuse my friend, I can curse on this show, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, please.
All the low-life cocksuckers, all the dirty cocksuckers stay together. That's all they are.
Right.
And they're no fucking good. And Alfredo knows the way I talk and the way I act because I put a lot of punch behind my words. And I stand for action, and I stand 110% behind Alfredo. I pray to God he has my vote. I can really vote for him. He's going to be an outstanding chair for the Democratic Party for Broward County. It needs to be cleaned up. And I'm going to tell you something. The Florida chair needs to go. She's no good. She spends too much money. They failed. They failed in 2000. Let me tell you something. They failed in 2016 when the Hispanics were all calling Hillary Clinton a communist and a socialist. They did it again to Andrew Gillum in 2016. 2018. They did it to him. And the fact of the matter is, we didn't pay attention. And Alfredo and we lost a lot of good people in South Florida. We lost 2 congressional people. And we lost also Cindy Polo. We lost 5 people for the Florida House seat. And it's bad news. And it really is. Maybe, I can be a happy-go-lucky guy, but I like being realistic too. And
Absolutely.
Donald Trump is is the demon and the culprit of all. Him and his disciples of his Satanistic disciples. That's what they are.
They are, but that poses the questions for me. They are representing 55 million Americans.
Right.
Like, these people are still voting for the Satan and his demons.
Now they're starting to follow he was cheated out of the election thing. There's two I don't know, they hold some seats in Detroit that are trying to not count Detroit's votes or do something, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are people who are eating the shit that he's feeding them.
Correct.
And that's crazy.
Well, you have
butter and toast.
Now let's be realistic. Now you have a lot of pay-to-play people in all races there.
True.
You know what happened? 50 Cent gave back his $500,000. You know, because he tried to buy him out. You know, and then you have
Lil Wayne took some money.
A lot of other people.
Lil Wayne took some money. Ice Cube almost took some money, but I think he backed down.
Yeah, and Kim Kardashian and going into the White House, what happened to all these people and everything else, and they're trying to make them look like the Holy Roller and like the Messiah coming down.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
You know, what did Maya Angelou say?
When people show you their face the first time, believe them.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like Kim. I hold Kanye more accountable than I hold Kim.
Excuse me.
That's just me. You know, because I mean, I just do. I mean, like,
well, as a black man, of course, like,
yeah,
Kanye,
you know. But I mean, like, you know, and then
he ain't been right since his mama died, so he get a hard pass. don't nobody fuck with Kanye West. His mama's death is still traumatic to him, so he ain't been right since then. But what? Okay, so switching gears. What about the shit that he's like Trump is doing now?
Not
as far as not conceding and not letting
progress.
Right.
I mean, even they talk about this vaccine, and he's like, "Hey, you know," and like you talk about a vaccine that could help, whatever. You know, you talk about a vaccine, but the only thing you worried about is, hey, just remember that it happened on my watch, motherfucker. Like, come on now, is that all you care about? Is yourself? Yes, we know that, but really. Like, really? Is that all you care about?
Because 250,000 people have now officially died.
Yep.
They gave the record today. It's 250,000 people, and that motherfucker is still worried about being worried about winning the president of the United States and about this election.
Right.
Bullshit.
Right. Go ahead. But let's get Alfredo.
Yeah, Alfredo got to run in a minute. So what you got, Alfredo?
No. Here's the deal. He did, you know, they're still collecting money. They're still fundraising. This guy is like in debt to his knees. If you read the fundraising things at the bottom, it says that a certain percentage is gonna go towards paying his election campaign. Mm-hmm. They know they already lost. Their voters are so cultish that what they're thinking is like, oh yeah, we still have a chance because they don't educate themselves in how the election works. And what they're doing is they're giving money like crazy, knowing that this is for Donald Trump. The election is over.
It's over.
We have a system. There are reasons why we have rules, and they are going to follow the rules. The people who are in charge to follow the rules and to make sure the rules happen. And this is just, to me, in my personal opinion, this is just a scam to keep on the same bullshit that they did with Obama.
Right.
He's turning the presidency into reality TV, and that's really that's what bothers me the most, is because you're not. It's just not supposed to happen in the president's seat. It's not supposed to happen, and it's making our country look dumb as fuck.
Stupid.
That's what happened when we decide to elect a celebrity as the most powerful man in the world. I mean, and I could say that we learned the lesson, but so many people.
No, it has not been learned. I don't know. It's just kind. I don't know.
He did, yes, because he was a one-term biatch that he is.
But I'm saying, but
Nick Lee,
before I see, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking 3 steps ahead. I'm looking 3 steps ahead of the game, and it's just like now, like what he's leaving on is I lost, they cheated. So he's passing that.
But everybody knows
that mentality on to a whole bunch of people. So there's for the next however many years, that's going to fester and going to build up and build up. And if he runs again in 2024, then they're going to come back with that bullshit.
They can, but we just got to show up again like we did this time. Fuck them, stupid asses.
Yeah.
We're going to show up. Listen, I think this election, the last 4 years, has been an awakening for so many people on how politics work. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I know, yeah. But until Donald Trump got in, I started studying shit, especially like stuff on the local levels. Like Georgia need, was it Ossoff and Warnock? If I'm saying his name wrong, but we need to flip them seats. So, because everybody always says Obama didn't do nothing for Black people.
He had struggles. He had people blocking him.
It's the Republican Congress that was blocking him.
Say that again.
He had people blocking him. He had struggles.
The Republican Congress blocked all the advances Obama was trying to make for folks of color.
I have an unpopular opinion.
He had on a Republican condom at the whole time. He couldn't fuck with us that way he wanted it to. He couldn't go raw. He had a condom on.
I do have an unpopular opinion. Okay.
What's that?
It is we need to get our heads out of our asses and start acting more responsible.
True.
Because the Republicans, you don't have to beg them to go out and vote. You don't. Right. They go and vote and they stand behind their candidate, and there's no better candidate than their candidate. Democrats and independents, it's like a courtship. It's like, and they fight about this and they want everything perfect because we want our best friend to win and we want to fall in love with the candidate.
Right.
No, 9, that's it.
I mean, it stops right there. It's kind of like they look around like he's gonna win, right? Who wouldn't agree with this? Who wouldn't like this guy? We don't like this guy, right? And don't go to the polls. No, you got to go to the polls.
But that's because
it's not a Facebook like, it's not an Instagram like. Just go to the fucking polls and vote.
That's because the things that the candidates promise us don't come into fruition because we don't know that it's not just, I'm going to do what I say. I'm going to sign a paper and that's law.
Right.
People don't know that there are channels and there's levels to this shit.
Right.
And only thing we see is you didn't do what you said you was going to do.
Right.
So that gives us like, why the fuck am I doing this then?
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is why we got to flip the house in Georgia so people won't feel like Joe Biden didn't come through on his promises, because if we don't flip Georgia, it's going to look like that because the House will still control and they'll stop everything. Georgia has to give up those seats. We have to have that win there.
Right.
That's to restore democracy.
That is exactly, and you are so right. And here's the beauty that they're going to have like 15 days to do early voting. There is no reason. Early voting starts in Georgia on December 14th, on Monday, December 14th, and it goes all the way through Sunday, January 1st. Okay. There is no reason why people are not voting in Georgia. We got to get every single.
Listen, we're going to show up. I have so much in faith. Shout out to everybody that's watching me in Atlanta. I'm about to be chipping them $12 and $15 to those campaigns as well. I wish I still have my Georgia ID and could vote, but y'all have to show up. This is it.
Right.
It's detrimental to our democracy for the changes that Obama. Well, y'all know he's gonna be on the sideline guiding Joe. But Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, like they have ideas, and they're not perfect either.
Right.
They're not my first choice. I was all for Bernie Sanders. You know, I voted for Bernie. but they're here, and I feel safer with them than the past administration. So we just got a lot of work to do, but people have to understand it's just not this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign it into law, and it is what it is. It doesn't work like that. So Georgia,
you don't get in your car and press the accelerator one time, and then your car just goes that speed the whole way to work or wherever you're going. You have to, keep pressing the accelerator if you want to, maintain momentum and keep moving forward. You have to press that accelerator. Don't take your foot off of it. You're gonna stop. Don't hit the brake. You're gonna stop. Keep on, whether it be fast or slow, get it more momentum, and then we move.
Keep going. Michael, what do you think about his unwillingness to concede?
Well, it's definitely it's his narcissistic sociopath behavior. If you really want a real terminology about it, he's bombastic. He'll do anything possible to hurt. The telltale was yesterday he fired, or the day before he fired the gentleman from Homeland Security from the regarding the voting, because he admitted publicly that there was no cheating. Everything was perfect. Nobody was cheating. So what did he do?
He fired him.
He fired him. Yeah. So again, that is basically what is basically happening, and it's a telltale what's going to happen. But see, the Republican Senate is humoring him through his way. They know that he is buying time, because now he put in $3 million into I think it was Alfredo, correct me if I'm wrong, was it Michigan or was it Wisconsin? Wisconsin. Yeah, no, it's Michigan, into the black areas, into Detroit, and to see if he can unfold those areas there, because he was about 20,000 votes Biden won by. It was a slim margin, and he wants to see if he can undo it. But he's going to lose again, and just like he lost Georgia and Arizona, it's going to happen again and again, and they're going to finally say, listen, pal, it's time to step down. But see, at the same time, who's failing? We, the Americans, because of the
time is of essence right now.
Exactly. National security is at hand. And if you roll the clock back for institutional knowledge, the same thing happened from 2000 to 2001, when the count was happening with George Bush and Al Gore. And during that time period when there was national security wasn't seeing, who came ahead was Osama bin Laden, and we got hit in 9/11, 2001. Right. It had time to creep on, and the security couldn't see this. And so who's at stake is we, the people of the United States.
Right.
And this guy is fucking with us.
Right.
And it's bad.
Right.
I know I'm on public radio, but
Trump is going to start a radio channel after he's out of office. I mean, no.
Hopefully this motherfucker go to jail when he out of office.
New York has his eye on him.
Good. Because Obama couldn't have done what Obama slapped the fly and said something about the Special Olympics. They tried to massacre the man.
Yeah.
He couldn't have got away with it.
Just like Michelle Obama said, she was so tired of him. Trump put her family at risk.
Yeah,
he really did, and she did everything possible to be so gracious. The day that she was leaving Washington, when she was saying so long to she was more kind to Melania than him. She couldn't bear with it. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm going to tell you something, Nikki Lee and Cedric, is there's a epidemic and people's families are dying.
Yeah.
Somebody's loved one is not going to take it too kindly after he leaves office and follow him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you, his life is really at jeopardy.
Right. I mean,
no one always dead for nobody,
Because even when I felt like that, even some of the followers, you know what I'm saying, when he supposedly caught COVID and got over it and was
supposedly
cheering himself on, I'm like, okay, well, you got some people who were feeling you, but now you know, they have family members that died, and now you acting like this, so you're gonna piss a lot of people off.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I don't wish death on nobody, but if he like choked, I would not be mad. Like the world would be a much better place. But I feel like everything happens for a reason. I feel like this all, because I stopped fucking with a lot of people because of how we can disagree on like pizza toppings or what's the best comedy of all time.
Right.
But what we cannot disagree on and be cool with is racism, misogyny, and bigotry.
Right.
Fuck that. If you are a Trump supporter, then you are agreeing with that. I don't give a fuck if he is a good businessman or any of that bullshit.
Or really, what type of like when you start to say, oh, but I mean the issues and the policies and blah blah blah. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
like
that.
I figure like he, first of all, he's reaping the benefits of those who came before him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not really you one term. It's not, you can't really make that, you can't really get those types of effects in that short amount of time. I don't care.
You said one term, bitch.
I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I know how things trickle down. It just doesn't happen like that. And you know, that's just kind of like saying, you know, like my best friend punches me in the face every day, but he buys me a lollipop or whatever. Like, okay, it's not the payoff. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Absolutely not.
Anybody
and shame on Mitch McConnell, Rick Scott, all of them for selling their souls, because I know deep down inside they know that shit is fucked up. That what's happening.
That's horrible. I mean, like people don't have the intestinal. It's sad for me to see that people don't have the intestinal fortitude to just stand up for what's right anymore.
Right.
Not what's popular, not what's going to get you a check, not what's not going to get you fired, but just what's right.
What about you, Alfredo?
Oh, you know, this Donald, here's the problem. It's like I wish I could blame Donald Trump for everything that he did. And he takes a lot of that guilt. But let's be honest, like you say, Nikki, this is a Republican's product. This is the product of the Republicans and every person who voted for him. There comes a time when you have to decide for what's right versus what's convenient to you. Right. And it is sad to see that people decided what was convenient to them. And it was ill-informed. I was at the polls and people were like, oh, at some point I was really fresh with them because you just can't deal with stupidity. People were like, oh, Donald Trump is going to increase my taxes. I said, do you make more than
$400,000 a year?
In my mind, I'm like, you certainly don't look like, but I'm like, you make like $400,000? And they're like, no, I don't. I said, then there's nothing for you to worry about. Right. Nothing for you. But it is a product. Here is the thing. Life is about messaging. We live on quotes. We live on inspirational people. And the Republicans are very good at messaging. Like messaging that attacks the Democrats. It didn't start with Obama. It's way before that. But it started with the birther issue with Obama. And it just continued all the way down to attacking Joe Biden because like if Joe Biden was running the country, for 47 years, he hasn't done anything. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you that dumb that you don't understand how government works? Which brings me back to education. Right. Like we gotta get our heads out of our asses and just start educating. Read a book. Go to Wikipedia or something. It is enough is enough. The world is laughing at us.
Complete butt of all jokes, America.
Yes,
right.
Complete. The respect that we've had, that shit, we got to build that way back up.
I need it's harder to build that.
Yeah, right. We are the world's laughing stock right now, and we're supposed to be the greatest country in the modern society. So, cray. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a message.
What we got?
We gotta. Alfredo, are you good? Because I know you.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. This conversation is good. So I told him that I was gonna be a little bit late.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, so we have a message from our very own producer, Marvy G.
Shout out to Marvy G.
Marvy G, producer and CEO of Marvy G Productions.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring him on because he got a little message for Donald Trump. For Donald Trump.
Message.
Marvy G Productions. Y'all, this is a special treat because y'all don't never see Marvy G.
I don't typically come on, and I got a little passionate last night, and I wrote this. I sent it to my proofreader, and I said, make this something that I can use for my season finale tomorrow, because let me go back a little bit. Donald Trump, I have never been so much into politics as I have in the past, I'll say 2 or 3 years. But this past year, I really got more into it, and I studied a lot more. I've surrounded myself with people such as Michael and Stephen Gaskill to help me understand more politics. And it's with this administration, the past 4 years has been, man.
It's right.
The words that I came up with, I'm gonna speak them now, and these go directly to the president. Forgive me for reading. I do have a full-time job, so I didn't have time to memorize it, but I'm going to read this from my screen here.
With passion.
I am going to read it with passion because Mr. Trump, this is a message directly to Mr. Trump. Dear outgoing president, I personally would like to thank you for your time in office. I write thank you because in your own unique and toxic way, you have opened my eyes so that I could both see and hear in real time a true, malicious, and divisive con in action. Referring back to my sight and hearing, I find you and your actions over the past 4 years to be similar to that of a modern-day dictator. You have time and time again chose chaos, hatred, lies, and alternative facts to actual facts and truth that any reasonable person can see and hear. In 2016, you achieved the presidency with 306 electoral votes, In your own words, these were your own words, a landslide victory. In 2020, Joe Biden achieved the presidency with 360 electoral votes. Again, using your words, a landslide victory. As the stable genius you claim to be, it is long past time for you to both realize and accept that you lost the presidency because you are a fundamentally flawed individual who is in no way capable of holding the position of President of the United States. Or, in your demented world, President of the divided states of America. For once in your life, stop with the lies and disinformation and concede to the election to the president-elect Joe Biden. This will be a great start to putting the country on the road to healing from the 4 years of damage inflicted by you and your thoroughly brainwashed followers. We still live in a democracy. That democracy is very fragile. For once, thinking of the country and not your self-centered ego, concede your dictatorship and go quietly into the night. Bye-bye.
Toodles, bitch. Toodles. That pretty much sums it up for me. Michael, Alfredo, you guys have any closing thoughts? Tell the people how they can find you, how they can vote for you, all of the above.
I'm gonna let the elder go first. Go ahead, Michael.
Keep it simple. It's albetam@icloud.com, and that's the best way to contact me. And it'd be a pleasure. I'm out there constantly fighting for civil rights and human rights, and making sure our voices are heard across the board. And thank you. And thank you very much for having me this evening.
Absolutely. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate both of you. Thank you very much, Cedric, and thank you very much, Nikki Lee. And happy holidays to you.
Same here. It's next week.
Michael,
Early happy
Hey,
birthday.
hey,
joining me, and thank you for.
Thank you. You too. Happy birthday.
Oh, I was muted for a second there. Thank you for joining and being part of our broadcast, and hopefully our next season, which again I reiterate is January 22nd at 7 p.m. We'll be coming back with new episodes, and we'd love to have you back.
Absolutely. We're going to have to talk about the inauguration. So mark your calendars, okay?
Definitely.
Okay, what about you, Alfredo?
Well, for me, it's very easy. You can find me. First, I would love for anybody who wants to be part of a Dolphin Dams movement to go to dolphindams.org and see what we're about. And then you can reach me personally at president@dolphindams.org. That's how we're always looking for members. We're always reaching out to not only the LGBTQ community, but just the community Democrats in general. We are all in this together. And now that we have a new president, it's all hands on deck. There is no excuses. So, but thank you for having me. This was great. I'm expecting an invitation for next season.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Already, it's done.
And I gotta talk to you like when you campaigning and when you're getting ready to run, you got to come back and see us. And then after you win, you got to come back and see us again. So that's two mandatory comebacks. You know,
We got you.
No, you got it. You got it.
We got you.
I will come next time. When is your next season start?
January 22nd. We're going to have you after the inauguration. So y'all coming back after the inauguration and then in your career. So definitely.
Thank you, and happy holidays.
You as well.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Alfredo.
Say it, what you got going on?
hey, you know, I don't really got too much going on right now. I want to have something going on. I'm frustrated because I haven't been on stage doing any comedy lately. I need to do that. But, you know, in the meantime, in between time, you can find me at With That Being Said on YouTube, Instagram, and everything else. I have a podcast. That's the name of my podcast is With That Being Said. Said spelled CED. I talk about subjects like this. I talk about dumb stuff or anything else. So, you know what I'm saying? Just like Michael and Alfredo, you know what I'm saying? Y'all always welcome on With That Being Said as well.
I'd like to come back on. Thank you.
Absolutely. And y'all, I'm about to take a break. God damn. This is tired. I am tired. My baby, like she talking about, because y'all know my mama. All of this comes once a week. But she got like diarrhea, and I'm
Girl,
like, what in the
I
hell?
saw that video you posted in Brooklyn.
What the hell? Like, let me tell you, mommy, my butt is broken. I'm like, what's wrong with your butt? I need a new one. It just won't stop coming. And I'm like, what is wrong with your butt? So she clearly has diarrhea. I go to make me some tea. I'm thinking about where the hell my mug is, my tea mug. Lord, I done gave my baby the remnants, the little powder form at the bottom of my ISO tea. So she was because she done drunk my ISO tea. Lord. So I am up for a well-needed break. School stops in about 4 weeks as well, so I'm gonna have a good little about month break. I am so excited for this break. I'm so excited about the way this country is going, the presidency, I feel a change in the air. You know what I mean? People that had Trump flags up, them shits is down.
Well, not all of them. I keep seeing them around.
Well, I'm staying strong. Some are staying strong.
Listen, guys, I have a couple of comments here that just came through.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you this one. So we got Trump is going to face a $970 million in debt coming his way, roughly 40 civil suits and 18 sexual battery suits as well. Trump is a giant orange turd that needs to be flushed. I wish I had a flushing sound. And actually, it started prior to the birther thing. Trump came on the scene hard with Central Park 5. Tim, you got to explain that to us.
Right.
Oh no, Michael knows about the Central Park 5. You don't know about the Central Park 5? Oh, honey, Michael, care to enlighten him?
He persecuted all those 5 gentlemen. He told them they should get the electric chair.
Right,
and they were innocent.
Right, 5 black teenagers accused of raping a white woman.
Oh yes.
They all spent prison time, and Trump was the main one trying to get them killed, and it came out they didn't even do it.
Right.
So now
and that's the thing about it too. Not to go back into it, but it's like that. Like, okay, you got this situation, you know what I'm saying, but then you got the tiki torches and every other situation to where, oh, those are very nice people. Those are very nice people. Now give those people the death chair and send them to jail. But those are very
bitches. Yeah,
you know, like,
black people are sons of bitches, but the white people that's murdering people in Charlottesville are very nice people. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited. Like this, there's a restored faith in America, and I'm here for it all. Thank you guys so much for watching my first season of Works That's Being Nerd.
We're coming back hard and strong next season, y'all.
all of that. Thank you guys. This is the season finale. Said I see you in 2021.
Yeah.
I see you in 2021.
I'll see you next week.
Viewers, we'll see you in 2021. And let's just, Georgia, vote. January 5th. We gotta flip the house. Okay? We need those 2 house seats. That's it. Thank y'all. Mwah.
Peace out.